Hello, hello. Trans Widow Uta Hagen YouTube channel here. And I think my voice is a little bit tired from the singing. We had a very intense practice in my women's chorus last night at the same time that Cynthia Nixon was blathering and wearing her voice out at a rally or a protest, you could say, outside of New York University NYU-Langone Hospital, where apparently her daughter in maybe 2018, as an adult, I believe, had her breasts removed. Cynthia Nixon, it is a euphemism to call it top surgery. And what your daughter has done is willingly and willfully gotten scars on her chest. And these scars will dry out and cause her discomfort in the next few years. And it is also possible that if your daughter is on a high dose of testosterone now, that in a few years she could get kidney failure or liver cancer, any number of other cancers, pulmonary embolism, heart attack, gallbladder cancer, and the most likely is that she will regret. Sometime 7 to 10 years after this transition. Now, hopefully, she didn't have that really damaging to your urinary tract surgery called phalloplasty, because just like a vagina cannot be manufactured through plastic surgery, neither can the penis and the testicles, just to use technical terms. Those cannot be created by a doctor. And so the reason for this protest outside of NYU-Langone Hospital was that word got out from other attention-seeking parents that two probably 12-year-old girls, I think it was. I think they might have just said 12-year-olds, but I'm sort of assuming they're girls. Had been scheduled this week for a device with the puberty blocker chemical in it. I can't remember the name they said that it is. It's some version of Lupron. It's a gonadotrophin agonist, which affects the pituitary gland. And has been suspected for actually lowering IQ. So, after all these trans activists has been saying, oh, no, they're not doing it to children, then all of a sudden, oh, yes, now they're protesting about doctors deciding not to do it to children. So, some truth and facts are surfacing. And I feel badly for all of the probably girls in actress Cynthia Nixon's life, who include a niece and her best friend's children and her children's best friends, who all identify as trans. I don't know if they're girls, but you have to understand that Cynthia Nixon decided, after being in a heterosexual marriage and bearing two children with her husband, that she's gay, and she really entered into the alphabet community very wholeheartedly, loudly, and in an attention-seeking way. Just like, this is the left-wing politics circus time pretend play that Jane Fonda kind of started. So it's truly not a laughing matter. And the fact is, I would imagine that there are some parents who are actually quite relieved that their children are now going to go through, it looks like, normal adolescence because, um, the hospitals were not testing it out to see if they get their federal funds rescinded if they're reported to be doing this. They are applying the executive order forbidding them to mutilate and sterilize children because of cross-sex ideation. And I want to ask these 5 questions of Cynthia Nixon. Do you want your daughter to have a healthy body? Do you want your daughter to have a clear, uncluttered mind? Do you want your daughter to have a clear, uncluttered mind in strong connection to her healthy body? You've already given that up, Cynthia. Do you want to focus more, or do you want your daughter to focus more on helping others or ruminate about herself? And what is happening with someone famous and wealthy like Cynthia Nixon is that she thinks she's helping others. And what she's doing is she is luring other people's children, and probably some adults, into a cult which damages your body and clutters up your brain. And some of us have decided we're not going to clutter up our brains with Zer and, made up pronouns like the Democratic National Committee did this past weekend. The 5th question I want Cynthia Nixon to think about is, do you want your daughter to be able to understand and focus on what is within her scope of practical and logical and doable achievement, and what she needs to let go because she can't do? You cannot change sex. And the risk that you have encouraged your daughter to take on, and that you have also, these are kids who are out there in the limelight practically from birth, and they're competing with their mother for attention. And if you see the graduation picture where this daughter, who was originally named Samantha, is that the character that Cynthia Nixon played, or is that someone else? I don't remember. In Sex and the City. That she's just following your lead, Cynthia, to seek attention. And she's competing with you. Cynthia Nixon has been very public about leaving her marriage and getting in a marriage with another woman. And I really, I'm not that comfortable where a child refers to the 2 lesbian moms as mommy and mama or something like that. I really think that the birth mother, who is not Cynthia Nixon in the case of the 3rd child, for me, Cynthia is the mom's partner. And, maybe I feel this way because of my motherhood being erased exactly by that group of people that Cynthia Nixon is championing. Now, the other question is, would Cynthia Nixon sit through the documentary Behind the Looking Glass and start understanding that these men who want to be women when they're in middle age are autogynephiles who watch a lot of hypno-sissy porn? Or is it called sissy hypno porn? Anyway, and then they thrust those behaviors and those scenarios on their wife before she has a chance to escape, and they become sexual assaulters. I'm pretty sure that Cynthia Nixon wouldn't want that to be happening to women, even if they're much more traditional women than her. So, you know, it's a problem. This daughter and all of those kids will not have healthy bodies if they go through these procedures. And this is one reason that I'm not upset about the language of the executive orders. It states the facts as they are. Thanks to new subscribers, and thanks for coming back, loyal stalwarts. Go ahead and post this at Cynthia Nixon's X account. Do it.